All
So
right.
can you tell us who you're with here today?
Yeah, so I am political director of George Mason University Democrats, and we are out here to help engage students, help them come to the polls, make sure that they have an informed decision, and make sure that they're able to utilize their right to vote.
And what are you looking to see today for a successful turnout?
I think a successful turnout today would be seeing a broad array of students from all backgrounds, of all stripes, of all majors, coming out to vote, to engage with their community, to engage in their civic duty. I think obviously like a high turnout would be like more people coming out than 2020, more people coming out than 2021. But I think at a politically engaged campus like Mason, I think a high turnout means just getting as many students out here as humanly possible to make their voice heard.
And why should students vote for the Democrats?
I think students should vote for the Democrats because Democrats consistently have the backs of students. Democrats have absolved Democrats have absolved $15,000 of student loan debt for college students. For the vast majority of college students in the United States, Democrats consistently fight for better healthcare access, making sure that all people, no matter their socioeconomic background, can access healthcare. Democrats stand for strong K through 12 funding to make sure that students are prepared to go to colleges and universities. Democrats support queer rights. Democrats support abortion rights. Democrats support the things that young people are fighting for. And Democrats also stand for peace. Also stand for a world without endless conflict. For a world where we don't have to be sent off to fight for conflict, and rather we can turn towards diplomacy and turn towards fighting for a world where everyone's equal and fighting for a world where everyone has a fair shot.
And what should students be doing to engage after they vote?
I think after students vote, students need to go online and they need to find the resources in their community that they can use to help. That starts with volunteering, obviously. That starts with getting involved in your community at like the base level, volunteering, helping people. I think also 2024 is fast approaching, and in Virginia, 2023 is also a very important election year. I think if you are passionate about a specific political issue, be it immigration, queer rights, abortion rights, anything, get involved. There is a state delegate candidate, there's a state Senate candidate. There's a congressional candidate. There's going to be a future presidential primary candidate who stands for what you believe in, and be the change you want to see in the world. If you want to see a specific policy enacted, go out there and fight for it. I think that everyone who goes to the school is incredibly blessed with a bunch of opportunities that DC provides us, and I think it's very easy to take hold. You just got to sit down, do your research, and be prepared to get in the fight for the future of the country.
All right, any final thoughts for students today?
I think students just need to always remember to trust democratic institutions. Our democracy has been here for us over the last 220, 230, 240 years. I think students need to continue to get involved in democratic processes because it does change things. Students got Barack Obama elected in 2008 and brought a wave of change from Obamacare to gay marriage. Students elected Joe Biden in 2020 and fought off the divisiveness of Donald Trump. And students just need to keep getting politically involved, because whenever we keep getting politically involved, older generations, other generations, they don't have a monopoly. They don't hold a monopoly of power in that case.
Would you mind telling us why you're out here today and why student government's out here today?
Yeah, so I am the Undersecretary for State and Local Affairs and Student Government, and that falls under the Government and Community Relations Department. And all month we've been doing voter engagement events such as tabling on National Voter Registration Day, and we hosted First of All We Vote, which was a debate or Q&A with candidates of the 11th District. And now we're out here today giving Starbucks coffee and cookies to students who show us that they voted. We believe that civic engagement is so important, especially among young people. So we want to make sure students are excited to vote, ready to vote, and become informed voters.
Awesome. And what do you think a successful day would look like today in terms of how students are voting or whether students are voting or not?
Yeah, so increased voter turnout is our biggest goal. As long as students are, excited to vote, that's our biggest thing. And we think with same-day voter registration that Virginia has started this year, we will hopefully see an increase because a lot of students just don't know how to register to vote with their campus address or don't know that they need to update it if they've moved each year. So I think same-day voter registration is really going to help and increase that turnout.
Awesome. And what do you think students should be doing after they vote today or in the future or far in the future, I guess?
Yeah, I think voting becomes a habit. It's shown that people who vote once will vote again. So just making sure it's a habit, making sure you're being an informed voter, researching, and then holding these politicians accountable. If you voted for a candidate and you feel like they're not holding up their end of the bargain, then it's important to tell them that. And we hope to see people get more involved through volunteering, through anything like that. So.
Awesome. Vote. And do you have any final thoughts for everybody listening in today?
Keep making a plan to vote. Each year, decide how you're voting, whether that's mail-in ballot, early day, absentee ballot, or on election day. It's important to make sure you have a plan.
Okay, so why are you voting today?
I'm voting because I think it's really important to use your voice, and I feel like I'm making my family proud, feel like I'm making my friends proud, and I feel proud to have voted.
I love that. Are there any issues in particular?
Mainly abortion and LGBTQ issues.
Okay. What do you want to see more from Mason in regards to voting?
I think they're doing a great job just continuing to encourage students to vote. I feel like all my professors have encouraged me to vote. Just keeping it up, I think, is really important.
What brings you out here today?
Well, I am a civic student advocate, and I am here to see that Mason votes and to help out.
And what does that role entail?
Basically, my job has been like making resources for students like vote, like getting together like the candidates and like putting together little infographics on like their views, like how to vote if you're like in the Virginia, Maryland, DC area, like the dates, like when you should sign up for voting and all of that stuff.
And what is your role here today?
Well, I am here with Mason Votes, and we are here to like make sure people know where they're going to vote, and like to have a survey on like why they chose to or not to vote, and then to give out like stickers and pins and stuff for voting.
And why should students come vote today?
Because our voices are important, and a lot of, especially this year with such as like Roe v. Wade being overturned, the book bans are trying to pass and stuff, like your opinions on these things matter, and if you don't share your opinion, there might be laws and stuff put in place that don't reflect your views or our views as a whole.
All right, thank you. Do you have a final parting shot?
Go vote.